Hello students, I have already explained you the memory structure and its requirement for the memory interfacing with 8085. I have explained read-write memory and I have explained read-only memory to you. I have explained the chip select and internal decoder function. Now we were doing an example here under absolute decoding technique, or you can say full decoding technique. This is the example. Now first of all, what we will draw all the data lines, we will draw the address lines, and we will generate the control signals. Now we will draw ROM and RAM. After drawing ROM and RAM, now it has been seen here we have provided 1K of ROM and 1K of RAM. 1K means whenever it is given to you the size of the ROM and RAM, you have to evaluate first of all how many address lines are used for the internal decoding of the registers. Now here 1K means 2 raised to power 10. 2 raised to power 10 means we are having 10 address lines. These 10 address lines are used to address the registers within the ROM and RAM. So here what will we do? We will write A0 to A7 full and A8 to A9 instead of A8 to A15. Why A8 to A9? Because total of A0 to A9 becomes 10 address lines. Similarly, we will draw these address lines here. We know that it is 1 kilobyte of ROM and 1 kilobyte of RAM. So the whole data lines are interfaced with the ROM as well as RAM. We will interface read signal with the ROM, read and write signal with the RAM. Now I have already explained you this decoder, the first decoder for the generation of control signals, IO read, write, memory write. Now this is the explanation of all this. I have explained it to you. Now after that, for the chip select, now here if you see here in this diagram we are having a chip select logic. This is our chip select logic, this one and this one. Two lines are given as chip select logic, and this chip select logic is active low logic. That means whenever 0 is being given to this line, then this chip will be activated. This is basically an enable signal for ROM and RAM. Now at a time only ROM or RAM can be activated. Neither that both of them are activated at the same time. No, one of the two is activated at a time. So what will we do? Now whenever we have to address only two addresses, how many lines would we require for that? We require 2 raised to power 1 line, because 2 raised to power 1 means 2. So for addressing 2 chips we require only 1 line. But in case of full decoding, this is the case of full decoding. What we use in full decoding or absolute decoding, we use all the remaining address lines which are remained after having for the internal decoder purpose. So we have A0 to A10 for the internal decoder. So remaining are from 10 to 15. So A10 to A15 are the remaining address lines. Now these address lines are being used for addressing the chip select. Now for chip select we will use another decoder. Let us see this. Now this is the decoder, 3:8 decoder we have used here for the chip select. We can give enable signal to 8 different chips. So it is in general, if we are having more number of ROM and RAM, we can use the same decoder there. So it is in general we use 3:8 decoder. You can use gates also. You can use OR gate, NOR gate, NAND gate. It is your wish. Now decoder is a chip that is provided. Now for decoder we are having from A10 to A15. Now it is your choice A10 to A15. So it is your choice how to use this A10 to A15. For example, in this example, now A15, 14 and 13 are being given to the inputs of the decoder. and the remaining A10, A11, A12 are all 0, and these are being provided as ground signal to the enable of the decoder. So these are fixed as 0. A10 to A12 are fixed as 0. So these are being provided at G1 bar and G2 bar. You can directly give G1, G2 bar a same signal like or of A12, A11, A10 also. This is your choice. Here I have taken the OR of A11, A12 and A10 separately. So you can take it. Now what about the chip select address? Now chip select address, we are having Y0 to Y7 different 8 addresses for ROM and RAM. Whenever we addresses or we have to select the chip, the first priority is given to ROM always. So ROM is read only memory, and first priority is given to ROM and then to RAM. So first thing we have to find the chip select of ROM, and then we will find the chip select of RAM. So if we see that Y0 is taken as the output for the chip select of ROM. So Y0 means all the inputs 0, 0, 0, A, B, C would be 0, 0, 0. And what are A, B, C? A, B, C are A13, 14, 15. This is the way to write them. A15, 14, 13. Now this is MSB. So this is always our MSB and this is our LSB. So this is our MSB A15 and this is our LSB. Now Y0 means 0, 0, 0. 0, 0, 0 means all the 3 lines at that time are 0. Now about RAM. Now when we talk about RAM, now I have taken Y1. You can take Y2, Y3 or any other address also. Suppose I have taken here Y1. Y1 means 0, 0, 0, 1. Y1 means 0, 0, 1, and this 0, 0, 1 means A15 is 0 at time, 14 is 0, but A13 is 1. Rest all are 0. So this is the status of address lines which are remaining. Now these are, so we can say here A0 to A15, all the address lines are used in absolute decoding or full decoding mapping. Now in this mapping we have taken this type of decoder. This is the example. Now Y0 and Y1 are being given to chip select. In this way we can interface our ROM and RAM with 8085. Now this is not a complete answer. The complete answer becomes when we give the address map or when we give the memory map. Now we will provide each and every address of ROM and RAM. Now each and every address means starting address of ROM, last address of ROM, and starting address of RAM and last address of the RAM. Now if we see the starting address of the ROM, just come towards it. Now chip select, besides chip select we are having A0 to A9 for register selecting. Now first register address would be all zeros and last register address would be all ones. So A0 to A9 becomes 0 for the starting address and it becomes 1 for the last address. So we will first of all draw A0 to A9. So this is the status, come here, this is the status of A0 to A9. Just see here, I have taken the starting address of the EPROM. Now A0 to A9, all are 0, and if you see the end address of EPROM, all are 1. That means A0 to A9 are 1 at that time. Now we will draw the map of A10 to A15 afterwards. Now see A10 to A15. What are the status of A10 to A15? Here in the diagram, A10 to A15, A10 is 0, A11 and A12 are 0, these are fixed. And for ROM, it is decided that all the A15, 14 and 13 all are 0 because it is the output Y0. So all of them are 0. All of them are 0. Now this 0 is the chip select address for ROM, and it is for the starting address of ROM as well as for the last address of the ROM. So see this, if we write the memory map of the ROM, what is there? This A0, if we write the starting address, first we write all the zeros for A0 to A9, all the 10 lines. We will write the final address of these 10 lines as 1. Now we will see now A10 to A15. Now A10 to A15 are the chip select are used for the chip select decoder. Now this is fixed for ROM as well as RAM. So we have decided for the ROM, we have decided to be 0, and it is same for the starting address and the end address. After this, what we will do, we will calculate the address in hexadecimal. So we will pair them, four zeros are paired together, 0, 0, 0 and 0. So the starting address of ROM is 000H. Next is 0, and this is 3, this is what, F, and this is F. So 03FF is the final address of the ROM. Hope it will be clear to you now. Now we will shift towards RAM. Now the starting address of the RAM is same from A0 to A9 because it is of same size. So A0 to A9 all are 1. 0 for the starting address, and for the last address these are 1. Now we will evaluate what is the address of RAM for chip select. Now see this diagram again. For RAM, our Y1 is, we have selected Y1, and for Y1 it should be 001. So for 001, what is this? 0, 0 and 1. This should be there, MSB and LSB. So 001 becomes Y1. Rest, these all are 0. So we will just write here at RAM, what will we write? 001 and rest are 0. 001, rest are 0. And we will evaluate the hexadecimal address. Now we will evaluate 0010 as 2 and rest are zeros. So 2000 is the starting address of the RAM. And the last address of the RAM is 23FF. Now it is seen here, it is 23FF. Hope now it will be clear to you. This is the interfacing of memory with the help of absolute decoding or full decoding technique. Now I will explain the same with the help of partial decoding. Now in case of partial decoding, what it is also known as linear decoding, we use the minimum number of address lines. Rather using all the address lines, we use the minimum number of address lines. Now all of this, if you see, whole of the interfacing is same, but there is a difference in chip select. Now for selecting only 2 chips, we require 1 line. So this is your choice which line you have to use here. You can use A10, A11, A12 or A13, 14 or 15. Here it has been decided to take A15. Now what will be there? When A15 is 0, that means ROM is selected. When A15 is 1, it means RAM is selected. So this is how we chip select our ROM and RAM. Now we will draw now the memory map of the same example. Now for this example, A0 to A9, it has been decided that the starting address would be zeros and the last address would be ones. So same lies for RAM also. Now what about A10 to A15? First see for the ROM. Now we have selected A15 only, so we will write 0 for that status. When A15 is 0, ROM is selected. Rest all of them are don't cares. Don't care means we don't care the status of these lines. These can be either 1 or 0. To evaluate the address, we will take them 0 or 1. This is your choice, but you have to notify that you have taken don't care as 0 or 1. So you can duplicate the address also here. Now next is starting address of the RAM. Now you will see here A15 is 1, rest all are don't care. A10 to A14 are don't care. So when we evaluate the groups of 4 and we will decide the hexadecimal address, you will see here the address would be 0000 as the starting address of the ROM, 03FF for the end address of the ROM. Here don't care has been taken as 0, and starting address of the RAM is 8000, last address of the RAM is 83FF. Hope now it will be clear to you. Now we will compare address decoding and partial address decoding. In address decoding, just recall the example. All higher address lines are decoded to select memory or IO device. Now here we also refer IO device that you have not studied yet, so you can just write here memory. All the address lines are being used to select the memory. So in partial, only a few address lines are decoded to select the memory. Next, in full address decoding, more hardware is required to design decoding logic. You just see we use 3:8 decoder, but in case of partial decoding we have just a NOT gate with us. So hardware requirement in partial address decoding becomes less. Now higher cost of decoding circuit in full address decoding, less cost for decoding circuit in partial address decoding. No multiple addresses are there in full address decoding. We are having fixed addressing, but we are having a disadvantage of multiple addressing, or you can say the shadow addressing in case of partial address decoding. Why we are having that? Because you have taken don't care. So when we put 0, we are having a separate address, and when we put 1, we are having a separate different address. So we are having shadow addresses for that. Now full address decoding are used for large systems and partial address decoding are used for small system. Now that's all for today's lecture.